What's going on?
Oh, just hanging around, you know, same old same. Breaking shit. It's pretty good, eh?
What do we got here, Mike?
I jumped it too hard last time. I just parked it up since, and now I gotta pull out apart. It's cold out now, so pull it apart so I can recoat some stuff and fix what I broke, upgrade the tie rods and stuff. And yeah, same old, same another day working on junk, dude. What are you up to?
Oh, not much. Just filming for the new YouTube channel. So what's going on there, Mike? Tell us about the YouTube channel you're starting.
Yeah, we're gonna do a little intro and just kind of gauge some interest and kind of see what people like, don't like, what they want to see more of. I got tons of junk and I got a lot of skills that I feel I can teach people, so I kind of want to lay the land and kind of pick people's brain and kind of see what they want to see. You want to see more street cars with AC and 1Js, right-hand drive Chasers Mark IIs? Do you want to see 240s? Do you want to see BMWs? Do you not even care about cars? Do you want to see me try and make stuff out of wood or something? I kind of do a lot of everything. As I was just saying to my buddy Matt here, he's an electrician, and same thing. I've done all my own wiring. Not all the nice wiring behind the walls, but everything outside of the walls. I've done all the wiring and stuff myself here. I kind of take on anything that I have to do, and also kind of want to give people that same kind of power of themselves. Like anything's possible if you kind of put your brain to it. This is my dream theater. I can have a thought of an imagination of something, and I can come in here and I can turn it into a reality, which is the coolest thing possible. So yeah, we'll do a little bit of a tour and kind of see what people like. We'll go over to the fab corner. And so here's my little fab zone, a little bit bigger than my one in Oshawa, which I'm sure I'm going to show you guys eventually, which is where all my fabbing has happened. And since I built this spot, I was like, okay, I want a big table to build some bigger stuff. I got a rack and build for my buddy Sean. My friends suck me into a lot of stupid shit that I don't traditionally do, but we go with it. Another little table I built on some casters, so that I can I built it so I can put an engine and a tranny on it. So it's like pull the stuff off, put it underneath the car. You can drop the whole engine package on, go up and down if you need to. Sweet little bandsaw I got from my buddy Colton. Restored it because it got a little rusty, and yeah, it works good. I was just showing Matt a little fixture jig that I whipped up in it to be able to cut the angles on those tubes because they're like a 70-degree angle. The saw can only cut like a 45, so you got to use your noggin and figure some stuff out.
So Mike, you do a lot of the fabrication in-house here, you would say?
Yeah,
Nothing's
I
really...
everything myself. Like a big thing I've always said is like all custom everything. Obviously I got to buy stuff occasionally, but you can usually make anything you want with what you have. Like, you still gotta go get stuff, which sucks. Nobody likes leaving and getting hardware. Like,
no one likes that.
No one likes going to Home Depot. But yeah, like majority of stuff I try and make myself or preemptively think about stuff beforehand so I have it.
So for you guys that don't know, Mike's really good at TIG welding, and that's, I would say, one of his bread and butters.
Yeah,
is that fair to say?
Exhaust,
right?
Done 9 to 5, and then I kind of pushed myself to become a good TIG welder because I wanted to make stuff cooler, nicer, fancier.
So for the welding geeks out there, what are you running for welders? Give us a breakdown on that.
My TIG welder is a Dynasty, which is my favorite. That's kind of what I taught myself on, a Miller Dynasty. And it's always been my bread and butter. I have a Miller Dynasty at the shop, and I picked up this one for here. I did have an Everlast TIG welder last year running in here, and Everlast makes awesome products. But I grew up with the Miller, and then going from machine to machine, you kind of do notice the differences between it. Miller is a lot more expensive of a machine. I'm a big wheeler and dealer. I try and get as much used stuff as I can. So my first TIG welder was used. This one was also used, which is still like double the price of an Everlast used, but I like it. I think it's worth it for me, and I love it. Everlast makes great products. That's what I kind of push majority of people who ask me when they want to get into welding and learn TIG welding. Everlast makes an awesome price product to kind of get you guys started, and there's suppliers here in Canada too, so they're easy to get. You can get parts online from them, good customer service, so I definitely do recommend Everlast. You just have to understand there's a reason that one's $4,500 to $6,000 and the Everlast is $2,000. There's got to be a sacrifice somewhere.
So you got to pay to play is what you're saying, Mike.
you just have to be understanding of it. Like again, the Everlast is a killer machine. I have buddies who build some crazy stuff with the Everlast machines. I'm just a victim of what I was used to. I was eating steak from the beginning.
Right on.
It's kind of hard to go to chicken after you've had some nice steak for a while.
So I see that pretty CNC machine in the background there. Want to talk about that?
The table set up over there.
Let's take a look over here.
I just got that. I've had it for a couple of years, but I just kind of pushed myself.
Got the racing sim set up here on the Milwaukee Packout.
Yeah, that's my track Packout. It's not track time right now. It's winter time, so it's now a sim stand. And then it looks gross because the water in the table and the rust. But yeah, I finally set this up after having it for a year or two. And my biggest hurdle was the software. Like I'm not a computer guy. I don't like computers. Like I'm a big, I want to touch it and like play with metal or wood or something. I'm a squirrel. I just on to the next thing. Computers take too long. Finally taught myself decently enough to be able to make stuff on a computer and cut it out and understand how it all works. So I'm pretty happy with that. I can pretty much cut anything I can think of now that's going to help me or my buddies in projects. You can cut cool signs. I can cut anything, dude. You can cut anything. I think that one of the coolest things that not a lot of people do with them is I set up an engraver on it.
Oh, wow. I don't know if you could pick that up on the camera, but wow.
Yeah, you gotta hit the light on it.
Oh yeah, I see it now.
When I was doing that one.
That's sick.
But so yeah, like with a soft and that's Sharpie. Like I ran it with a Sharpie first, and you can actually like see. You get a fine tip Sharpie, and it can do it properly. But guys build like if you see my handwriting, it's horrible too. So that's a game changer. Like I can actually like draw like a nice sign or something, put like magic markers or
hit them up.
Yeah, dude. I just think it's cool. It just gives you more. Like now I can make cool tags or like. I can make a trophy or something. Like it just literally is endless possibilities.
So Mike, I see these pretty awesome cars in the background. I'm sure everyone's wondering what they are.
Yeah.
Why don't you give us a rundown of what you got here in the shop? So maybe let's start at the front there with the BMW.
So yeah, this is my 2000s BMW Laguna Seca Blue M3 that I pulled out of the scrapyard because the subframe was falling out of it. I often refer to a lot of my stuff as junk. People say that it's nice because I usually get them in a very junk-worthy state, and then I build them up to what they were. So this car was 360,000 kilometers, definitely on its last leg, and was getting parted out. And then I like messaged the guy nonstop, and I was like, "Give me that shell! Like I don't care. I just want the interior, and I want the subframes, and I'll do everything else." Because I had this swap in an older E46, which was great. I'm sure you might be able to find a picture of that. I can send you a photo of that.
Yeah.
My gray E46 that had the swap in it, so got rid of that car, and then I had everything, and again, I'm a squirrel, so I'm like, hey, all this stuff just fits in an E46, so let's just do it again. So I found this shell and built it all in there, and then I just constantly upgraded it year after year, cut out the entire front end, put tube in place because I didn't want to raise it. I'm very much a looks guy. It still functions. Definitely not this low would function way better, but like it still works as it is. And looking cool is half the battle.
Well, I mean, man, this thing looks sick, right?
I think it looks
You
sick.
kind of get the Toyota reliability with the BMW body, sorry.
And full interior.
And he's got the brown saddle leather interior, I guess you would call it.
Cinnamon, like a stripper.
And you got the Hydro E there. He's got the bride bucket seats. This thing looks pretty nasty, man.
Yeah, it's pretty like stock interior. Like I tried to keep it. Like my last car was all stripped out, so it's like a big thing is I like full interior. I love race cars, but then once you're not 19, 20 anymore, you're like I kind of like creature.
You start
comforts.
getting those back problems, right?
The back problems, and it's just like I've driven like I've had street cars with no carpet, no nothing, no trunk. I've cut the trunks out, and you can stand in the trunk, and it's just like you get to a point where you're like I want a more clean car.
And this thing's got a full trunk and everything still.
Yeah, this car runs like true coilovers, so it's like.
So what's this running for power then?
This makes just under 500 on the hot switch. I usually run it at like 400, 420. If you come look right in here, man, you can kind of see like E46s notoriously their subframes tear out of the chassis. So I had to push all the points back, weld all the points back, reinforce all the points, and then I drilled out the floor and I made this strut tower brace. So the subframe literally bolts through this tube and it's sandwiched up to the chassis. I'll get it up one day and you can see better. The underneath's pretty trick on it. It's got like solid bushings everywhere, aftermarket control arms, runs true coilovers. There's a swirl pot in here. So that's like my epic fuel pump. So I have my fuel pump that's in the actual factory saddle tank. It comes up through the floor into like my 300 liter per hour. Like that's called a swirl pot. So that actually has like a fuel pump in the pot. So you'll never get, when there's G-forces moving around and you have a factory tank, like fuel will slosh around and you could potentially get aeration in the fuel. That gets rid of any form of aeration, and you always have constant big pump going to your big fat injectors.
Right on.
So this one's a little tuned up, where this one's like stock. Like this.
So what is this? What are we looking at here then, Mike?
This is a Toyota JZX 100. This one's called a Mark II. Everybody knows Chasers mostly. That's the most common one. They kind of BMW looking front ends. This one looks like an Integra kind of, I think.
It does kind of have that 2000s Integra look to it.
3 headlight. Like
yeah.
3 bulbs that give that Integra vibe. This is a great car. AC, power steering. Like it is stock. It comes stock with this motor. The boost is turned up maybe it runs like 14 pounds. I put an external wastegate on it.
This is a left-hand drive too, or sorry, right-hand drive. Yeah, sorry.
This car was never offered here.
Yeah, so this is an import from Japan, correct?
Yeah.
Right on. And you imported it yourself, or?
No, this car is one of the first JZXs in Ontario. My buddy Dylan had it first, to my knowledge, brought it over from BC. Then my buddy Josh had it, and when I first started drifting, Josh was drifting this. And this is kind of how it looked when Josh had it. And doing Shannonville days with him, I remember seeing this thing, like watching it go off the track at like 120K. The spindle is like fully off of it, the wheels like stuffed in. Like this car, in my opinion, is probably the most driven, used, and abused JZX in Ontario, at least. My buddy Sean in BC definitely has me beat. He beats up his JZX way more than I do. But a lot of guys with these cars don't use them because Adam and all these guys have made them such nice cars, whereas in my opinion, this is a Russian taxi cab. Like you watch like the Russian videos, these guys in wintertime are just like...
Well, I'll tell you what, I would love to be a taxi driver in Russia if this is what you're driving.
Dude, they're everywhere there. They're everywhere there, and people just drive them so hard, which in my opinion is how these cars should be driven. But over here in North America, because of all the stuff to bring them over, people treat them like really, really nice cars, which is okay. But I'm a big, use it. If you don't use it, you're going to lose it. So.
100%. So, Mike, I can't help but notice, because I'm a huge Toyota nerd.
Yeah,
what is this? Let's talk about this.
This is my pre-run. This is my 2000s Toyota Tundra pre-run.
Look at this, guys. This thing has a lot of work done to it suspension-wise.
It has a lot of...
So we got nitro bump stops, king coilovers, and then in the back, there's actually a hoop... Yeah, here, you talk about it, Mike. Why am I talking about it? You know everything.
Yeah, it's got bypass shocks and bumps, air bumps in the back with D reliefs on it. This, and full fiberglass bedsides. This truck was built by a friend of mine pretty much the same time when I had my gray car. So this was probably built in like 2016, 2017 for his shop called Sketches Inc. And he's a car guy, but he does paint work. This is all paint. These are stickers, but all the colors are all paint. Like red, white. This truck was originally black, so he's a really good talent.
And I noticed the rock chips too. This thing looks like it's actually been used pretty good, which is nice to see as well.
The shit out of it more than
which seems to be a common trend here, eh?
Yeah.
Things get used, which is good.
Use it or lose it.
Yeah.
Again, I'm a wheelie dealer, so I have my Tahoe that I wasn't using anymore because I wasn't towing to the track events and stuff after COVID stuff happened, and he was getting rid of this because he wanted more of he lived his shop's right downtown Ottawa where the Harley Davidson dealership is, and it's not that Ottawa modified cars and stuff, not the ideal area. So he never used this. It literally just had his address. That's why I call it Clio, because the address is Cleopatra 7. So I left that on it. That's its race number now, and that's its name. So it's Cleopatra. And he had to trade my Tahoe for it because he was having a hard time getting rid of this because not everyone is as twisted individual as I am. So I was like, yeah, I love this thing. I'll drive this all the time, dude. I'll tow my boat with it, no problem. There was a couple things wrong with it, classic Toyota stuff that I know you know, Matt, like the frames to rot up in the front where the AC.
I've seen a rotted Toyota frame once or twice in my life.
Yeah, so you can look up there. I put 1/8 plate everywhere, just really beefed it up, changed the hanger bearing, pulled some stuff off, cleaned it up, and other than that, I've just driven it. Drove it to Connecticut. in the summer to go to Grid Life, and Larry Chen did a full video series on it. I took him for a drive through the forest.
Larry Chen from Hoonigan?
Yeah. Like
Oh,
Larry,
dude.
Larry
Wow.
Larry Chen doesn't need it.
He's probably got one of the nicest FJs. If anyone knows me,
You should have seen the amount of stoke on this guy's face. Like, he was in my passenger seat, just like living his life up.
dude, that is freaking cool.
So yeah, like, I've had a lot of good times and adventures with it. It's my boy Jack. What's going on? Hey Kyle. What's up?
What's going on, boys?
Hey Ray, too. Did you get Cam? No. He got hockey today. No. I thought he'd be indoor golfing or something. No, that's during the week. Hey Dad. Yeah, sorry about that. Had to do a quick job for my FDF boys, and I'm a squirrel, so I just went off to the next thing. But there's a lot of cool stuff about the Tundra. If you guys want to know more about it or have any questions about it, want to see...
I got a question for you.
Yeah, dude.
Let's hear this thing fire
Yeah,
up.
we can start it up. It sounds pretty sweet. I did make some sweet tubes on it. So if you guys want to see a video of this truck in whole, like, it's kind of hard to pick up how sick it is. Like, it's super wide.
I hope the camera doesn't just get blown out, but...
Yeah, just start it.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
Yeah, it's got some sweet tubes on it. And yeah, good truck, Toyota Beat. Yeah, if you guys want to see more on this, we can, on more of anything, we'll run outside quick and we'll just go over a couple of the things I have access to a majority of times because it's mostly my junk. But yeah, any questions, you just let me know. First up, I think we already got a glimpse of it. This is like my winter daily, same wheeler dealer. I feel most drifting car guys have a winter car. So this is my winter car. It's a 2006 Hawkeye STI in Roll Valley Blue with a ton of stickers on it to really take your attention away from where it's not so good in some areas. But 10 feet like Matt's doing there, it's a sweet looking car.
They call it a 10 foot and 10%. 10% vision and 10 feet away it looks mint.
Yeah, like 10 feet, this thing is sick. It's great. I drive this car out to Ottawa, which is like a 4 to 5 hour drive one way. I drive it everywhere, drive to work every day. And then we got call this one Gramps. This is my older, I guess it's older, 2009, 2008 Silverado that's definitely slammed down. There's a little something going on in the grill.
Yeah, let's see what makes Gramps special.
Gramps is special in a lot of ways.
Well, she's special in a lot of ways, but this is kind of the cherry on top, right?
Yeah, this is what I use to tow my car to the track. This is what I use in the winter to get gas bought. Like, this is the same daily driver stuff kind of sits outside. Yeah, I've had this truck for 3-4 years now. Just a junkyard motor with some gap pistons and a bunch of old parts from old setups that I kind of threw together in it.
So how much is this pushing, would you say?
This is all stock, like stock ECU, stock fuel injector, stock fuel pump, and on 6 pounds it makes 505.
Jesus.
It's a 5.3.
So it gets down.
It definitely can light the tires off, no problem. And it's 4x4 still, so.
So it's kind of like giving like an older guy Viagra. You know what I mean?
This is my sledding truck, dude. This is like, it's low, easy to get your sled in. We'll go anywhere. And when you need to pass somebody efficiently, it's good. I've owned a lot of like Duramaxes, Cummins. I've had like pretty much all the trucks. And like in terms of towing, this thing's actually like so
Can't beat Gramps.
Gramps is so killer.
Talking about trucks, what do we got over here?
And that's the heavy Chevy. That's the bad side. That's the bad romper. Same thing, 10 footer. Good little truck. This is what I use in the sun. This is like my summer daily driver. I just pulled it out of the shop so we had more room today. Like this and the BMW normally stay inside. This is a 71 Chevy C10 with the GMC headlight. It's a little hodgepodge of everything. It is a C10, GMC, C10, whatever you want to call it. It's got the 4 headlights. It's super sweet.
Still got the gun rack?
Still got a gun rack in it and the old Mexican seat cover, which I want to do a nice seat in this. That's what I do want to do.
So what does this have for a motor here?
This has a 12-valve Cummins in it.
So this is a Chevy with a 12-valve Dodge Cummins motor.
I like a 90s D250. We can start this one up too. Should start no problem.
She'll start no problem?
Should be.
Yeah, let's hear it.
It wasn't that cold out.
Let's hear it.
That's good trouble.
So we got a little bit of everything here, Mike. We got turbo, we got gas, we got diesel, we got Dodge, we got Chevy, Cummins, Toyota, BMW.
Boats, track cars, drift cars, off-roading. I like everything. Dirt bikes, motorbikes, like snowmobiles, ATVs, three-wheelers.
That's my beauty there, O2 Legacy. Cheers! Guys, and again, this is Mike's shop. This is like a dream build, if you ask me. I was lucky enough to come out here today, and I could not believe how cool this shop is. It's one of the best shops I think I've ever been to, and also like the projects and stuff going on here are pretty rowdy, especially for this area. We're really going to be pushing a lot of content like he's showing you. We have a lot of different things. He also has a jet boat in the back there, and
And a duck boat.
and a duck boat.
Yeah, if you like.
And we're also open to suggestions for like random builds and crazy projects. But like Mike said, he gets into a little bit of everything, and that's why we're going to be filming like, it'll be anything pretty much automotive related or fabrication related. There's no boundaries like what we're going to film and what we're going to show. But yeah, just check out the shop.
Just fixing my dryer and dishwasher like I was doing last weekend. And this is the comp car, the pro car, because all those cars are street cars, and I still drift them and stuff. But this is like my full
So this is the
competition car.
professional
Yeah,
drift
like
car.
FDF is the shop that is kind of my one main supporter, and Josiah and the guys who are here today are the guys who work at FDF. I do a lot of stuff with them, and this is mine and Josiah's party wagon. Matt can kind of sneak right in there.
Wow, look
But
at
this
this.
is it's hard to see in here, but I can probably send you some
Holy
pictures of it. This is a 4-door wagon, E46, with a roll cage and 4 race seats. So
Look
it
at
has
that
like 2 main
cage.
hoops, so you can fit 4 people in harnesses in it, and it has a 500 horsepower 2J in it.
500 horsepower 2J. I'm noticing a trend here with BMWs and JZs anyways.
Big Toyota guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like LSs. There's an FC over there with an LS2 in it.
This is nuts. And you did all the fabrication on this,
No, this
Mike?
is actually my buddy Drew, one of my good buddies who I started drifting with. This is his old car, and he's crazy into speedboats now, so he's just boat obsessed. So Josiah and I, him and I as a team, and him kind of putting more faith in believing in me. I wanted something that I can actually go to it, because all my cars work, but you can see there's a trend of me just being an idiot, and I like to like slam them on the ground and make them not as good as they could be.
Yeah.
Josiah is the exact polar opposite of me, which is like making stuff perform as good as they can. So we're gonna merge our heads together, and this car is gonna looks sick right now, but I'm gonna do the mic kind of thing with it, sauce it up, steeze it up. It's gonna have full new livery, new paint. Hopefully gonna do new engine management, new turbo setup. So there's gonna be a full changing.
I
all
love
the rear
that
rad
paint
setup
job
on it.
on the valve cap there.
Yeah,
That's
the whole
sick.
car is faded. Like this, the purple pink fade.
Yeah, that is sick actually. I don't know if you can see this in camera, but
This is the Team Horny mobile.
all tubed in the front here.
So Uncle Drew is the original owner of the wagon, and it's been sleeping for many years. Like I brought it, we got it out from him this year, and it's pretty much since COVID started, this thing hasn't been used. So
And
we
I'm
brought
a
it out
big
this
fan
year.
of wagons too.
I'm
Like
a
my
huge- I'm a
daily's an
huge wagon
O2
guy.
Legacy.
Yeah.
And my dream is always to LS swap the Legacy.
Yeah,
We might have to make that happen on the channel, Mike.
that's what I was gonna do to my Forester out there that I blew up the motor and. So,
Did do a 2-for-1 deal, eh? O2 Legacy versus Forester.
yeah, it's doable.
Yeah.
There's a chance. Oh, sweet, dude! I forgot a battery in here.
Guys, you get Mike
Nice.
to 10,000 subscribers,
I
and
can
we're
get
gonna
more
LS.
batteries.
We're gonna LS swap his Forester.
And I can get more batteries.
Yeah. Right on, man. Right on. Thanks for showing us your cars.
Yeah, dude, my pleasure.
Little rotary action for you.
Yeah, you ready for this? Yeah, you know what it is.
Oh, you got the Lambo doors on the RX-7?
Pull up on the hood a bit. Let's give her, there you go. Yeah, open the range. See what she's got going on there.
Is there a latch here? Here, I'll let you.
I guarantee you there's nothing like this ever seen on the internet. Because it's the only one. It's really dirty right now. But that's a Nelson, so like Nelson racing engines, which most people have seen. They're like the craziest V8 engines. So this is a Nelson racing supercharger.
I was gonna say, is that a Pro Charger?
Yeah, it's a Pro Charger for a 13B
Holy shit.
RX-7, which is not,
I can say I've never seen that before.
no, me either. It is not a thing.
I was
that's
not
really
expecting.
done.
I'm not expecting that in this
And
car,
it
to be
sounds
honest.
insane. This is my buddy Gilm's car, and he kind of got over cars, and he was just gonna get rid of it. So he's like, "Do you want it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll take it. I'll put it on the shelf." We call it the shelf. We put stuff on the shelf here.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of stuff, and it's just kind of on
The to be continued pile.
Yeah, there's an 8.6 back there too.
There's an 86 Corolla just chilling.
That one got stolen from me. And I
But
got it
recovered.
back. Yeah, I got it back. Yeah, I hunted the guy down, and we went and met up with him. I phoned the cops, and we got it back. So there's just 480 GT86.
Like, this is another just gem sitting here.
To some, yeah, it's pretty junky. I've done a lot of bad stuff.
To that Toyota guys though, like
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, like, and you'll see if you when you start hanging around them more. I definitely have done some, like, out of 8.6 Corollas in like Ontario. I definitely have had my hands on like all the clean ones. I'm kind of known as the guy who fucks up Corollas in a good way. Like, I do some really nice work to them. But this one is like my ice racer.
That's a good guy to be known as, the guy who fucks up Corollas.
This is like my ice racer, as you can tell by like my nice fender. But it's not that bad. But like, you know, I didn't care that much. It's just kind of me and my buddy Kyle put it on there.
Hey, it works, right?
Yeah, like this is a car that I just got for a deal, and then when we're crazy into drifting, we'd bring 2 cars to the track, and I just let my buddy Kyle would just be driving this all day, and I'd be driving my blue BMW, and then I'd get out and I'd hop in this, do a couple laps in this, and yeah, I just let my buddies use it.
So what's this behind the tarp here?
That's my jet boat.
So this is a what? What motor does this jet boat have?
This jet boat has a Honda K series, like a K24 out of a Honda Element, and then it has a Max Peating Rods Amazon special turbo on it.
That's what you want in a jet boat, though.
Yeah.
If I was going to build one, I'd do the same.
A proponent on good quality parts.
And we're definitely going to film some content with this jet boat come better weather.
This is cheap. Like, the whole intention of the jet boat is to be as cheap as running gear as possible. It had like way too big a turbo on it before because it was just like a used whole set. It died, and then I just went on Amazon next day. Delivery was like $230. Max Peating Rods turbo, bolted it on, rechanged the did some adjustments on the turbo setup so I could get back on the water the next day.
So she's dialed.
Super dialed. Yeah,
Super dialed.
It's sick. It's good little boat.
Right on, Mike. Well, thanks for showing us your shop tour. Like I said, guys, me and Mike are going to be filming a lot of content together. Oh, yeah, here.
Everywhere, dude. You got the back door, that's where the quads, because I got, like, there's nothing really good in this. Yeah, there is. It depends on what you think is good.
Well, considering what you have outside just laying there, I would say you probably got some good nuggets in here.
Yeah, we got Ned, tractor, tires.
Oh, yeah, look at this.
Bike, the ET.
Got the old snowmobile.
The ET's golden.
The old TTR, eh? Yeah. What's that, a 250 or
Yeah, TTR 250.
Oh, nice.
It's the first bike my dad bought.
Right on.
So I still got it. And then, yeah, we got my mod sleds. So it's a 600, but I put a big fat long track on it.
Right on, dude.
Cut the back off and stuff.
Yeah,
Can't
guys.
leave anything alone.
Like I said, the content options here are endless.
We got options. If you want to watch me seed my lawn in the summer, we can do that.
We're definitely going to make... I'm a big lawn guy, I'm not going to say. But,
you should have seen. You would be stoked on me if you saw the lawn that was here. The amount of... Because we did construction here. I made this shop. Like, the shop was not here. We built it from the ground up. I have like tons of photos. Like, you know, I don't have like a full video of me doing every bit, but I'm sure Matt could chop and screw some stuff together of like the shop from being in the, like, you know, starting from a tree that was here and all the stages, getting concrete laid, framing.
yeah, because I'm sure there's a lot of guys that might not even be in car content, but are just into like shop builds. Yeah. And like I said,
over all the clips and kind of run down everything. If people want to see how this was, I built this in 2 years with helping my good buddy Wayne and like peak kind of COVID when it was hard to get everything, so we had to figure out a lot of different problems. But like from running propane lines and running electrical lines, and there's a lot of stuff that I learned doing this that's also not car related. So same thing, if people have questions on the shop of why I did things the way I did, definitely happy to help in any area. And lawn maintenance, like, you'll just wait till spring comes, man, you'll see.
I mean, I feel like once you become a property owner, like lawn maintenance is hand in hand.
Dirt, man, all this grass I made myself. So.
He did this himself.
Yeah, the dog's shit is the dog, but
yeah, ignore that.
That's not me.
Well, I hope not.
Yeah, that's not me. Dude. So that kind of concludes a little bit of a shop tour from my buddy Matt coming to check out the place and kind of see what I have on the go. Again, let us know if you want to see more of anything. I'm going to try and answer as many questions as I can. Matt's definitely going to help me in that area. This is Matt, by the way. I'm sure he can do like a little selfie. He's kind of gone out of his way because this is something that he's had a lot of experience with, is playing with making videos and editing videos, whereas then I have, as I was just kind of saying to him behind the camera, minimal patience for that. I like tubes and other things along those lines. So we're going to try and be making videos, and by we I mean I think Matt's going to be putting a lot of stuff together to hopefully get videos together on a weekly basis for you guys, so you can kind of see what's going on, pitch ideas of what you'd like to see. And again, I love teaching people stuff, so if you have anything that you want to know, or any tips and tricks and advice on what I've done in certain situations, I'd be more than happy to help. We need a little bit of guidance to kind of see where people want, because we got options. I got a couple things on the go all the time. I'm a squirrel, so I'm all over the place, and I can be doing other stuff too. So we need a little bit of input to help lead us in a good direction. Let's get you what you want to see.
Right on, Mikey. Well, thanks for having us today. And like Mike said there, me and Mike, we're going to be doing some more content together. And I'm going to be doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff, so you probably won't see me. But I'll also be posting some stuff on my channel as well to kind of help Mike's channel grow at first. But then we're probably going to transition to solely posting on Mike's once he gets his foot in the ground. And yeah, so guys, like he said before, drop anything you want to see. Mike's a pretty well-rounded guy. He's a jack of all trades. He can do pretty much anything. So nothing's off limits. If there's any car content you want to see specifically, drop it down in the comments. And other than that, guys, we'll catch you on the next video.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and again, let us know what you want to see from us, and we'd be happy to try and figure it out for everybody.